it's poor planning, man. It's just bad. Do we have people who like can actually sit down and problem solve? Because like I said before, it's majorly about problem solving. Things are not always going to go the way you want them to go in an event, in what technical ways, in this the social aspect of it, and just managing people. But how well are you able to solve those problems? I don't think a lot of people are built for that. I don't think we have a lot of people who are built for problem solving. We have a bunch of people who have great ideas and can pre-plan, but then they don't know what to do when things go wrong.
He ndo afukuza stu he ndo atoka mtu hii ndo dawa ya mapenzi na I guess daktari ni Emzee ni kama ni skepta na wisdom day karibiwa na bad energy he ndo afukuza stu he ndo atoka mtu hii ndo dawa ya mapenzi na I guess daktari ni Emzee ni kama ni skepta na wisdom day karibiwa na.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 162 of the 30% podcast. I go by the name Afam, aka A Fine African Man. My co-host goes by Sam Ari Jedediah Eliapenda, and together we form the 30% podcast, a podcast hosted by two Kenyan music producers who talk about the Kenyan music industry in depth. Sam, say what's up to your fans.
Don't have fans, we have listeners. What's going on? How are you guys
I knew
doing?
you would say that. I knew you would say. I set you up, bro. I set you up.
Very predictable. I guess.
Nah, I'm good, man. What's going on your end? Well, I say I'm good. I have a cold, so I'm struggling.
A cold is good. A cold is good because a cold puts into perspective the days in which you are well. And so now what you have is appreciation for a body without the influenza virus.
You're doing a lot of talking, and I'd rather be okay than sick, Sam.
You'd rather be okay than sick. There's no way to spin this for philosophical good.
No. Yeah. I get the philosophy, the philosophizing, but
Yeah.
I'm okay being fine.
I don't know,
I'd
man.
rather not have a cold.
Go chew on some product from Big Pharma. It'll help you.
Oh yeah, this guy was telling me to chew on goat weed.
Goat weed.
Never
I mean,
heard
I
of
don't think goat weed was
before.
the right. I don't think goat weed was the right
Oh,
remedy.
it was something else.
No, goat weed is an actual remedy. It's a plant that literally, I think they call it goat weed because it literally just smells like goats. But like you can use it on cuts and other things. Well, I just know for cuts. I don't know what the other things would be, and it helps to some extent. The do-it-yourself health gurus swear by goat weed.
Medical advice from the where else would you go for medical
Hey yo,
advice
listen!
other than
Don't
the
go taking
30%
goat weed and
podcast?
putting it where it's not supposed to be put, and then coming and suing me. This is the thoughts and views. This do not take me seriously. I'm not a medical professional. Well, how are you doing, bro? Apart from your cold, what's going on?
Aside from my cold, I'm doing okay, man. It's been cold, it's been snowing, and then it snowed last weekend. It hasn't snowed since, but the remnants of the snow have been there. And then it rained. It's actually very it's been gloomy. Today is sunny, but it's been gloomy. And then I've just been good, man.
I'm sure you've been missing out.
It's
Just FOMO. Just FOMO.
Oh yeah. Because
every which way.
everybody seems to be doing something, especially back home. So yeah, I've just there's a lot of FOMO. I've been spending my time reading as usual. I finished The Royal Assassin, which I told you guys.
On to book
the
3.
podcast before the last one. Yeah, on to book 3. The book 3 is called Assassin's Quest. And so I am looking forward to that one. Shout out to Robin Hobb, which by the way, I realized Robin Hobb is just her like author name. Like
Yeah, no,
her actual name is something else.
yeah, exactly. A lot of them do that. A lot of authors do that. I don't know why they have pseudonyms. I guess it's for the same reason that artists have pseudonyms.
I don't know. So apparently it's because so you write. So some authors feel like they want to separate like their brands. So sometimes maybe they're known for writing like one genre, and then they're like, okay, but I want to start writing fantasy now. So they switch their name so that like it's like the brands don't like mix. Even J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, like she has a series. It's like a detective like series, but she goes under a completely different name.
Why is it easier to do that with authorship and not music? Because like as an artist, what if I just want to start doing like Gengetone all of a sudden? Can I just like call myself something different?
Imagine Sam doing Gengetone, like on the vocal side. I think it's because
Hey, yo, don't sleep.
Like,
You see, when you have enemies for friends, this is what happens. So don't sleep on my Gengetone, bro. Don't sleep.
I'm talking about you doing it vocally. I don't.
That's what I'm talking
I know
about.
You would
Your
make
sleep.
fire beats though.
Don't know. Forget about the beats, man. We've done that. I'm talking about like vocals and concepts. Don't sleep on me, man. Like, just,
Yeah, okay, so who needs friends like this who needs enemies when you have friends like me? You know what, Sam? Please, I look forward to hearing your next like Gengetone slap.
20, let's start the 2026 trends now. 2026, a Gengetone album coming.
But I was about to answer your question. I think in music, it's a bit more difficult. Well, actually, okay, so as authors, you're reading words on a page. So it is personal, but it's less personal than listening to music because music is like voice and also you're seeing their face, like if it's a music video and stuff like that. I don't know. That's an interesting question. I think it's definitely because listening to music might be a little bit of a more personal experience. But that's not to say that reading books isn't a personal experience as well.
If you read books often and a lot, it would be a personal experience. Like you'd identify with writing styles and
everything, yeah.
stories and everything, just as much as you'd identify with an artist. I don't know. Anyway, good.
Anyway, Sam, how have you been?
So week 3, week 4. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm just so glad everything is winding down because I need ample rest. It's been a whirlwind. It's been one crazy month, a crazy November and December. Just doing everything. So I do need some rest. But I've been good. I'm fresh off the blankets and wine fest. Blankets fest. Those who was it up there?
Wait, did you go for the pre-party as well?
Yeah. So we had gone just to like go before the show, the actual show. We had gone to see the setup. And so we're just walking around, just seeing the setup. And then there were also there was pre-performances from Zaituni and Sir M. I stayed. I left after Zaituni's performance. Actually, I left close to the end of her performance because I was exhausted as well. But then, of course, she killed it. So yeah, I was there for the what? So it wasn't a pre-party, pre-festival because there was no party being had there. Really. Yeah. So, I would say there was an artist on there. I can't remember who it was. Who was calling it blankets and wines. He kept saying blankets and wines.
Because you're supposed to catch a wine or something.
No, because it's supposed to be blankets and wine, not blankets and wines. Catch a wine. All right.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just I'm still exhausted from that. Left the spot at 3 a.m. the previous day. The day we were recording this, so still a little tired. But it was cool. How
was the event itself?
It was
the main event.
Yeah, it was good. I think I would want to preface this by saying the September edition wasn't the best edition, but I do think that this time at least this one, the everything was much better. I think they took to heart kind of everything that was said, and they really worked hard to fix a bunch. And this is not like PR, like this is just genuinely like they worked hard to fix a lot of the things that were wrong in the previous edition. Sorry. Could you please enlighten us on why this is giving you a trouble?
No, it's just the way you said this is not PR. It's like, when
I know, I want to
YouTubers
make
are like this is not an ad. This is not an ad. Actually,
but it do be. But this
what
is actually
I genuinely
not.
feel.
This is actually this is not an ad for real. No, I'm just saying that because of course it was a big topic of discussion, and so definitely they from most people. It seems like a lot of people enjoyed themselves, but we'll get into the show. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Being I don't know whether I should say this. Being the first one I've attended, at least I wasn't let down at all. It was a good show. 2 stages, the main stage and then Onja stage, both were teeming. The whole place in general was just teeming with life. Honestly, there was just people everywhere. It's like things were happening. It's like when you look through, it's a bit nerdy. When you look through the microscope at like a petri dish with like bacteria on it, and there's just things happening everywhere. Just little.
Sam, we're trying to brand this podcast
to be cool.
we're supposed to be cool. Yeah, we're supposed to be cool individuals, man. Why talk about petri dishes,
Petri
bro?
dishes and bacteria. No, okay, sorry, that bad example. No, but it was very lively, very, very lively. I got there. It started at it was supposed to start at 12. I don't know whether it started at 12. I got there at 4. I got there at 4. I got there just when LC Wameo was going up to perform.
Hey, shout out
and
LC.
So, but before we even get there, one of the things, and later on we'll talk about a show, which of course in terms of like the entry to the show and ticketing and all of that stuff, like didn't really go the greatest. One of the things I think Blankets did was space. They put a lot of space in between the entry and ticketing, and so for some people, like you'll complain because it was like a really long way. Like you'll be walking for maybe 10-15 minutes depending on how fast you're walking. But there was a whole bunch of space between there, so there's less cramping. Congestion is the word. There's less congestion. So that was that. So we got in, walked, and then there was like shuttles taking you from a main area where a bunch of people were into like to the ticketing area, and then from then on you get your tickets, and then you walk into the show. No, after you get your tickets, there's still I don't know if there's like maybe a 5-minute, maybe 5-minute-ish walk to where you now enter the festival. So that was good. Unfortunately, it was raining though, so it was muddy, and I wore white shoes because I did not get the memo, because I didn't look for the memo. But
why would you wear white shoes?
I know. Because that's what I threw together. Threw together is a very loose term. That's kind of what I wore.
That's what you threw together.
I don't think I threw it together.
Sam just threw something together. Just a little light. A light fit.
I did go with I went with some Nigerian print because I realized that I don't. Anyway, that's what I threw together. So anyway, it was cool. At least the sun did come out. It wasn't raining throughout. The sun came out. I mean, at some point, rain fell during the night, but it wasn't like terrible. But yeah, the sun came out, so most of the mud was driedish. So that was fine. That wasn't terrible. And then the grass was kind of sad, honestly. But it's not Blanket's fault. It's the stadium's fault. But apart from that, it was cool, man. So when you entered, they make you walk through the vendors, and of course, because capitalism, so you can spend some money, and see what they have to offer. And so it was like a bunch of people, clothing, jewelry, just stuff being sold. And then on the other side, it was like at the parking lot. So there was a few lanes. So on the other lanes, it was like food. Guys were barbecuing. Some pork was on the grill. I don't know whether it was halal or not. KFC.
I mean, pork can never be halal.
Be halal. Oh, my bad.
That's so hilarious.
I'm so sorry. I should have known that. I should actually do know. I'm so sorry. So, anyways,
I'm dead.
some those both halal and non-halal food. Galitos, KFCs, all of them. They were there. Some guys grilling. Mtura. It was just there was a lot of food, and a lot of it smelled pretty good too. So that was that. So you walk through that, and then you now go in and show the little guards your bracelet, and then you enter the festival. And then it's like just the main area now where there are partitions. So of course, there's a soft life area, soft life, and the Hennessy. I don't know what they call it, but then that's like the people who pay more, I guess. And then so they have their own area, and it's in a little room thing, big like barn-looking thing, with seats.
For those of you who can't see this podcast because it's audio only, Sam
my
is really
arms around.
waving his arms frantically.
Yeah, anyway, just trying to explain it. So there's a barn thing where you sit, and then there's like a roof over your head. And then there's like partitions. So behind the stage, you go in and then you can get really close to the stage. And then now on the other side, that's where like Gen Pop is. Gen Pop sounds terrible. I don't mean Gen Pop in a bad way. But then, yeah, that's where everyone was. So that was cool. It was very, very... for the most part, like the structure was there, and so it was easy to access where you needed to access. There was less confusion, so I think they really did that well. We've seen a lot of shows where the lines between VIP or the lines between like the price points are blurred, and people can just literally get to wherever they want to get by whatever means. Of course, that probably happened later on in the event when all the guards are tired and they don't really want to work. But yeah, so that was that. Stage was there. It was cool. I mean, the stage was really massive. That's one thing I realized as well. I think I'm very used to more intimate settings. Like when Elsie, because Elsie was the first person I saw performing. Like when she was up there, she just seemed, her band was behind her. Amazing band, by the way. But then she was just there and it was just her. There were no dancers, nothing. Just her in the center. I was just like, oh yeah. She seemed so just like in the middle there, so small, engulfed by the stage.
Yeah.
It looked like she was being eaten alive by the stage. No, but she did. She performed really well. Now the stage was good, big. It was proper. And then the Onja Onja stage. This time I think they on the other side, the Onja Onja stage was an actual like stage performance. Like it was raised, and then there was like a booth for them, for the DJs to perform. So not like just haphazardly on the ground and with people all around. So that was also good as well. I think it gave a bit more structure to it. I think that that might take away from, like the apartment life feel, where it's just like you're right next to the DJ and vibing. But I think it has its positives as well. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, the performances were great as well. It was fun.
I think the people want to know what your favorite, like, were you more of a fan of like the main stage or like the Onja Onja, or were you more? Is there a specific artist who you really enjoyed?
I don't know. I mean, I was bouncing back and forth. Honestly, I was just literally walking around. Just to because I was interested, as much as I'm interested in the performances, I was just interested in how people receive them and just seeing like the kind of energy that all the artists bring. So yeah, I mean, a couple of them, I caught Dark Fruit's performance. It was cool. Mikasa, I enjoyed. I kind of got confused. Like, I don't know what happened. Maybe I was tired. I don't know what it. But then I saw Mikasa and I just saw the singer, because Mikasa is made up of the singer, the guy who plays the trumpet, who plays the keys, and then there's the trumpeter, whatever you call him. So I just got the one guy on stage. I was like, oh man, did they just send? I don't know. I thought it was going to be 3 singers. I was like, oh, did they just send the one guy? Like, are we not good enough for all of Mikasa? And then I was like, oh wait, don't be silly. So their performance was really good. The singers, the main singer, the singer's charisma, like it was. I think it really carried, and it was fun. It was fun. People were engaged. I loved how they ended every single song, or most songs rather, with like a little trumpet, like just a classy, elaborate ending.
A nice solo.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was just fun and how they just like slowed it down and then the trumpet sounded really good. Shout out to the sound too. The sound wasn't terrible. Honestly, it was they did a decent job. I think at some points maybe the main artist could have sounded better, but meh. Can't have your cake and eat it too. And then from then on, I went to Shishi's set. DJ Shishi, she was cool. She was doing an Afro house
shout out
set.
to Shishi.
And yeah, so that was interesting. Saru then started playing on the other stage. I kind of caught a little bit of a performance. I didn't stay through the whole thing. I think that I spent more time maybe at the Onja Onja stage, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like that's more your vibe.
It was cool. And then who else did I catch? I like the Scorpion Kings as well, Mafuriza and Kabza. At the end, that was cool. Of course, very nostalgic for people who like during the pandemic when they released that project. So like guys went crazy. The place was chock full of human beings too. So a lot of people were
I was
vibing.
about to ask about the attendance. Was it like suffocatingly packed, or was it just
no. There was space.
decently-
There was space to breathe. There was space to breathe and walk around. It wasn't completely packed, like crazy packed, but so when I got there, of course, at like 4 p.m. there was not many people there. But then like during as night fell, more people started like coming in, drifting in, and so it was a sizable number of people, sizable enough for it to look like it was a whole crowd, like if you point the camera to them. So yeah, I think it was decently attended. I don't know about the numbers. I hope maybe we'll get the numbers later on, but no, it was very well attended. So yeah, it was very cool. Some of the food smelled amazing. The DJs,
Did you see Kina DJ Mura at the end?
Yeah. So that was the last one. That was the last. So after Scorpion Kings finished, everyone, the relationship between the Onja Onja stage and the main show was interesting because people would go to the main show. They were like regulars at the Onja Onja stage that were there the whole time, just rocking, vibing. But then as the people in the main show and Okelo Max, I also caught on Okelo Max's performance. That was good. I think, yeah, that was also pretty decent too. The crowd really loved what he was doing. Like for example, when Okelo Max was performing, there'll be more people there, and then once he's done his performances, there was like a little PSA at the end of every single performance, just reminding people to, the regular festival stuff, take care of your stuff, drink water, all that kind of things. And then after that, everyone would just move over to the Onja Onja stage. So it was like always swelling and going down, swelling and going down. When the next performance is, everybody would just move back over. So then the regular people will remain at Onja Onja. Then when those performances are done now, they all come back. And shout out to them too. When they came back, engaged, vibing with the DJs. So that was fun. Yeah, man, it was, and there was people from most age ranges, millennials and down. Like I saw so many different people. They seemed to enjoy themselves. Honestly, I think it was good. I think they did. Blankets did to some extent redeem themselves with this one. Like it was a very well put together show. I just forgot. Matata might have been the best performance of the night. Matata came with all the energy. Dancing. They brought out a couple of people. Man, no, those four gentlemen. They put on a proper show. And reminded everyone at the end to, focus on Kenyan music and play Kenyan music and the importance of the fans and the listeners. So yeah, shout out to Matata, man. That was crazy. The nostalgia. Iyani played a lot on nostalgia when he was during his show, just performing some of the hits from other artists, as well as some of his own stuff. Yeah, that was cool, man. It was a good night. It was a good night. Very cold at times, but that's what you expect when you're partying deep into the night. Well, partying again is a loose term for me. I wasn't really partying.
Sam Arid, the face of partying in 2025.
Definitely the face of partying. Hey, if you guys were me there, you should have seen me. I was going crazy in that one spot. I stood the whole night. having a blast. No, but you missed out, man. You
Who'd
missed
have
out.
thought? Who'd have thought?
You missed out on a good blanket show. That one was good. I think they did a
Nice.
good job preparing and fixing all the things that were wrong with the
Mhm.
previous ones, and I think it was successful for the most. Of course, the things that festivals, like the things like the bathrooms and sometimes network will be down, like those things can happen, but they I think they did the best to fix that. So yeah, and the ads were not obnoxious, which I liked.
I'm glad you had a good experience. Because God knows that having a good experience at an event
That's a lot to ask for, apparently.
it's not a given. It's not a given.
Oh man,
It's actually more likely that you won't have a good experience than you will have one. And I guess speaking on events, we have to talk about the Gabzy, Asake, and event that was hosted by Tukutane. And like Sam alluded to earlier in the podcast, that did not go well, man.
No.
And when an event gets it wrong, that can have really negative consequences. And in this case, somebody lost their life. As far as I know, I've heard like one person lost their life. I've seen other rumors, but at least one person is confirmed. And it's due to the lack of organization in the entry phase of the event.
Tukutane actually
And
just
Sam, we've talked about.
sorry, they actually just recently just posted about the acknowledging that someone lost their life, because
Do you want to read? Yeah, please. Since you have that, could you read what the
So,
statement
as
is?
of like 3 minutes ago, well, we are deeply saddened to confirm that a tragic incident occurred during our December 20th concert, resulting in the loss of life. Our hearts are with the family, friends, and loved ones affected by this devastating loss. We extend our deepest condolences during this incredibly difficult time. The safety and well-being of everyone who attends our events is something we take very seriously. We are cooperating fully with emergency services and the appropriate authorities as they work to understand what happened. Just go to TikTok. Out of respect for the people, for the family, and the ongoing investigation, we will not speculate on the circumstances surrounding the incident. We are committed to approaching the situation with care, transparency. Yours sincerely, Tukutane Entertainment. That's Karen. They just recently posted that.
Bro, Sam, tell me this isn't a complete carbon copy of the Mass House statement when somebody lost their life earlier this year. Honestly, listen,
That's
let me
really
tell
what
you
you
what
can. That's the
they'll
only
do.
thing you
Let
can
me tell
say,
you
though,
what-
right? That's the only. Hey, we
No,
know
but this,
something
no,
bad
no,
happened.
no, no. But this is the thing.
We won't say anything more about it.
But this is what will happen,
Okay.
Sam. But this is what happens. They write this statement. They say there's going to be investigations that go on, and then everything becomes murky. Then they rely on people to forget, because, as you know, in the country, so many things happen.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be other news pieces that come out, and then at the end of the day, people forget. And then nobody gets really held accountable for some of these things. And then that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that story just ends like that.
I mean, yeah.
And I foresee this happening again, because we've seen it genuinely happen once before. So, yes, you're right. There's nothing they can do aside from put this statement out and then do their investigation. But knowing our history with overcrowding and stampedes, I think it's up to these organizers. And we've talked about this like at least 3 times on the podcast before. Like, these are things that we need to address in terms of how are we controlling how people are getting into these venues.
I mean,
I've seen a lot of TikToks.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say that. Like, I saw the entrances and just the
Yeah.
spot. And come on, you know, a whole bunch of people are going to go to the show. You know that for a fact. Why would you squeeze them? Of course, the thing about it is that if when people got there early,
I saw the gate as well, bro. It's so small. Like, how are you gonna limit that to be the entrance?
when people got there early, of course, it's a lot better because there's more space and there's less people and all of this, so they were able to get in, no problem. But you do know, as organizers and as event planners, event organizers, that there's going to come a point where most people would show up, and once they show up, you have to have an adequate enough space, both for them to exist and wait for them to get into the venue and for them to get into the venue. And looking at that gate, that was sad.
That was sad. So I was doing some research on how, these things should be handled. And the first thing that I'm seeing is using timed entry and staggered doors. Like, you have to stagger the entry, just the way that you said you experienced when you went to
exactly. There was enough space.
You have to
space.
Yeah, you have to stagger the entry in case people are going to pile up and crowd around, right? Second thing, so I watched a creator on TikTok. I think he's called Emmanuel. He kind of broke down his experience, like, in the entry. So from his point of view, from his perspective, it wasn't like an Occupy. You know how there was the Occupy shows trend?
Yeah.
For him, he was like, no, this was like the people who were stampeding had tickets. It was really down to the way they managed the entry situation.
Yeah.
It was in that small, so apparently there was two lanes of two, the lanes were divided by sex. So it was men and women. And then I think there were 2 lines for men, 2 lines for women, and everybody had to now converge into the entrance. And then he said that there was unexplained pauses in the entry system. And he said for 45 minutes at one point or something like that, they were just not letting anyone in, and everything started to pile up.
It starts piling up, traffic.
And now that's when things start to get really hectic. So it's it wasn't even that these people didn't have tickets. It's just they couldn't handle the amount of people who came in. And there was no explanation as to why they stopped admitting people. And that's when things got crazy. And I saw the other videos of people bum rushing that entry and just toppling all the things, and then it was scary. You're hearing people screaming for their lives.
You never want to hear that too,
on this TikTok.
Especially now in hindsight, just knowing that someone passed away and just listening to the screams. It's just very eerie. I couldn't even watch that. I literally couldn't watch that. I was like, no, we're not. Someone lost their life because they wanted to go watch. No.
Yeah, and I think her mom posted a story on Instagram, and it's yo, you say goodbye to your daughter to go and have a nice time at a show, and then that's the last time that you see them. So you definitely, somebody has to be accountable for this.
Yeah.
There just has to be somebody accountable for this, because bro, it's been coming. We've seen all the trends. This was coming. This was going to happen. And it's unfortunate that this is the wake-up call. And I hope it.
That's what I was about to say.
It's unfortunate that this is the wake-up call.
Is it going to be a wake-up call? Because how many? If I'm an event organizer,
I think people even stampeded in Mass House recently.
Yeah, if I'm
as well.
I would look not just in my own event or my own venue. I would look at other events and other venues and use that as a wake-up call in tightening up what we're trying to do. I don't think people. It's poor planning, man. It's just bad. Do we have people who can actually sit down and problem solve? Because like I said before, it's majorly about problem solving. Things are not always going to go the way you want them to go in an event, in technical ways, in this the social aspect of it, and just managing people. But how well are you able to solve those problems? I don't think a lot of people are built for that. I don't think we have a lot of people who are built for problem solving. We have a bunch of people who have great ideas and can pre-plan, but then they don't know what to do when things go wrong. and think this is the worst way something can go wrong. Honestly, like this is just it's imagine an international act now, because we've had Chris Brown come and say, nah. I'm not doing this no more. We've had a bunch of people saying they're not going to perform in Kenya anymore. Imagine Asake and Gabzy coming to perform and then someone dies at the show, not because of their own fault, because of the poor event planning. That doesn't look good on them either, as much as it's might not 100% be their fault, but it doesn't look good on them. That's just listen. It has to change. Like it really, there has to be some sort of accountability system outside of the event planners themselves, just to ensure that these things go well. Because at this point, man, listen, hey, it's a loss of a life too. That's just sad.
It is. I think the main onus goes to it goes to the promoters for sure, and then also our lack of appropriately equipped venues for shows. I think we're seeing now that there is high demand for events, festivals, and stuff like that in an industry that's not growing or building venues that can handle the increased demand for shows, right? And so that's horrible now, because now what's happening is we're having so many kids coming out for these shows and people coming out for these shows with facilities that just cannot handle the amount of pressure. And this is the worst type of outcome.
Just the worst.
And so I do have a second. So like I said, the people who deserve who hold the most onus for this going wrong is the event organizers and the venue. My second thing, so I know this wasn't caused by Occupy culture, but I do wonder why people also do the whole stampeding thing. It also, like, I know a lot of these stampedes get caused by mismanagement of just the flow of bodies and people. Yeah. But also
patience.
Like, why are we also stampeding? Because there's people who are just stepping on the girl as well. Like, it doesn't have to get, you know what I mean? Like, and I know there's this thing that happens when you're in huge crowds where you almost don't have control of your body, and the crowd can sway one way, and you just it's like a wave, right? Yeah. But also, man, like, we need to also look out for each other in the sense that, why are we stampeding? Why are we also, like, I'm sure a lot of people said there was no Occupy thing happening, but I'm sure there was some element of that as well. Like, that, this mentality is also really, really, like, it's a very useless mentality as well for this whole occupying shows. That also needs to be done away with as well, because it just exacerbates. Like, we don't need, like, in an industry where these organizers are trash, and the venues can't even hold all these issues, why are we also doing the whole Occupy thing?
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean? That also just exacerbates the issue.
Yeah. Like, and this is for, like, just festival goers. Like, when you're going to whatever it is, a show of a music festival, anything, it's just important to know that, yes, there's the organizers who are responsible for the whole thing, but then every individual there is also responsible, one first for themselves and then for the other person that's around them, in terms of just keeping. And that obviously sounds very kumbaya and the hippie, but then you are responsible for that because sometimes something may be missed that you are clearly able to see and in real time, right? And in a situation like that, like, it will have taken a couple of people to say, okay, guys, let's just stop. I know we want to enter and everything. It was dark, obviously, so that made it worse. It was raining, which made it 2 times worse, right? But it would have taken someone like, all right, let's just stop. Let's wait for this thing to be sorted out and not try to rush in. But see, impatience, and that's what I was saying. Sometimes impatience gets the better of people.
It's
and
for a
we want
show.
to get in.
It's
yeah.
Why?
We need to be
It's
inside,
not
and we need
even
to be
that,
inside now. I don't want to miss Asake's coming out.
In my opinion, it's like it's not that it's a show. You're just going to see an artist, and it's like it's just a fucking artist. You know what I mean? Like, why are we like rushing for that?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
In people's minds, it's probably
so that also pisses me off as well.
Yeah, in people's minds, probably I paid this money. I paid this amount of money for the show, so I need to get everything I can from the show, and so that creates an impatient mentality where you have to be there.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like for me, it's like, well, you know,
when you go for shows,
it's just mad. It's
crazy.
It just makes me pissed because at the end of the day, she didn't have to die. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's me just looking for someone to blame, but like it's frustrating.
Look out for yourselves, man. In shows, look out for yourselves. Look out for the interests of other people.
Well, you know?
Yeah, just ensure that everybody is safe. Try your best as much as the event organizers might be trying or not be trying to do that. But yeah, man. Hey, listen, to the family, listen. This is a difficult time. To friends, you know, people who cared about this girl. Like, it's a difficult thing. So I'm just hoping they can find some peace about it, and whoever's responsible to be held responsible. Speaking of, I mean, even before this whole show, like Tukutane got in a little bit of trouble as well from Kodong Klan.
The omens were like,
it was
writings
like
this was going
wall.
to be a mess. No, the writing was on the wall for real.
Yeah. Kodong Klan obviously pulled out in a very last minute-ish way.
So Kodong Klan, as you guys know, is a group. Actually, I say as you guys know, there was a whole conversation going on Twitter where people were like, "Who are Kodong Klan?" Me, I didn't know about them before this. So
people always think that's a gotcha.
Common
people always use that as a gotcha.
I don't know what that is.
There's artists you don't know because you don't listen to everyone. All right, great. Let's move on.
So, Kodong Klan is composed of Okello Max, Bensoul, Mordecai Dex, Charisma, Watenda Willie, and Costa Ojuang. And Watenda Willie is composed of Yaya Tajiri and Israel Onyach. And so, they pulled out of the show, citing differences they had with how they were treated during the sound check. Now, I don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back? But essentially, they just came out to the statement and they said, "We will not be performing today. This follows a consistent pattern of disrespect and disregard for agreed upon standards, culminating in unacceptable treatment of our artists and team during sound check this evening, including interference from another performance team and a lack of intervention from the event organizers." So that's either going to be Gabzy or Asake's team. Key commitments that were agreed to before contracts were signed were repeatedly ignored or changed, hinting at maybe they weren't given their riders, or like there's just a lot of things maybe that wasn't held. Despite multiple efforts on our part to adjust and resolve these issues in good faith, our concerns were not taken seriously. Respect for the art, the people behind it, and the work required to deliver excellence is non-negotiable for us. Performing under the conditions would signal that such treatment is acceptable. That's very powerful. And it is not. So, this sparked a divide where some people were like, really, you guys are going to wait till like literally the day of to announce this?
Yeah.
And some people were also very, very disappointed because they really did want to see Kodong Klan. And then the other side of the spectrum was a lot of support in the sense that people have been feeling there's been an undercurrent of people feeling like Kenyan artists don't get paid what they're worth or don't get treated as well as other artists and stuff like that. And people were in support of them kind of holding their ground. What side do you fall on, Sam?
So before I give my side, there's also the third group of people who were saying that why would you miss out? Like, even if you're being mistreated, like, this is such a big opportunity to be on stage with Gabzy and Asake. And in my mind, I'm just like, what exactly are you talking about? And that gets me into a completely different rant. But yeah, I even now with that in mind, I'm on the side of, hey, listen, there has to be standards. One of the things I think we struggle with as an industry, and we're having a discussion about this before the podcast, is I feel like there's no we don't have standardized ways of moving. We don't have a standard to adhere to all the time. We're constantly going with, oh, okay, this person has chosen me and they've decided to pay me for this, so I have to go with it or whatever. And this is really good. I mean, if everything about this is true, from Kodong Klan's side, like, this is really good, because it's like, hey, listen, it doesn't matter whether I am the newbie. It doesn't matter whether I'm not known. There has to be a standard that we aspire to, in everything, in our shows, in the music that's released, in videos, in I was having a talk with Anyiko as well, and they're also like, people get mad at artists when you have like artist representatives and you have like the PR guy and you have the different, like, people just want to talk to the artist like there are no like there are no walls, and like there has to be a standard. There has to be a standard to how we go about some of these things. And this is good, because this is showing younger artists, newer artist groups. Of course, these guys are established in their own rights, but then together it's a newer sort of group. And it's showing that, listen, it doesn't matter who is here. It doesn't matter if Beyonce shows up. That if at the show that we're supposed to perform, it's not the show that we're performing because Beyonce is there. It's the show that we're supposed to perform. If at the show that we're supposed to perform, they're not treating us well, we are not going to stand for that. And so that's the side I lean on. Like, this is good. Like, we need more.
Yeah.
We need more artists to stand up.
The quality, the standard has to be high, whether or not there's an international.
Yeah, like, that's the dumb point. Like, oh, it's Asake, you have to perform. Like, it's such a look. No,
it's supposed to be common sense, but it's not.
ridiculous.
Sorry, speaking of Asake, it looks like he also just made a statement. He says, I'm devastated by the tragic incident that took place at the festival. My heart goes out to the family, friends, and loved ones of Karen Lojore. And I pledge to support and do my best to understand what happened. Those responsible should be held accountable. Music has always been my way of sharing love and joy, and it breaks my heart that anyone had to experience such loss. My thoughts are with everyone grieving, and I pray that Karen rests in peace. God bless Kenya.
I mean, that's cool,
so
but why was there such a time delay?
My initial,
you know?
It looks very coordinated, because it looks like they've both released these statements at the same time. That is Ashake's team and Tukutane. So they probably have like a crisis PR person kind of coordinating the whole thing. That's why there's a delay, because they want to be. It's, you know how the music business is, Sam.
Yeah.
So the thing is, my initial feelings, I guess, would be, did they know? Do you think they knew that this happened? Because this happened before the event, right? Like, definitely the event organizers would have known some shit went down. They would definitely have known. Now, the question is, if this trickled down to Ashake's team or Gabzy's team and stuff like that, and they knew that this happened and they still just went on with the show, either way, that's making me look at them iffy. You know what I mean? Like, without moving differently.
Yeah.
Now, there's a possibility that the venue or the Tukutane team just kept this away from the artists so that they would carry on with the show. But you see, now everything is just speculation.
Yeah.
Assuming Asake had no clue that this happened, and came to find out about it the same time we all did via social media and stuff like that. I guess we would have preferred to have a more prompt response.
Yeah.
But two, also, I have to empathize with, bro, it's like, how are we even going to attract more international acts to come fuck with us if we can't like hold our shit together? You know what I mean? Like that's also such a horrible look for the Kenyan industry.
Very true.
In general, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so this does so much harm for just so like, bro, you know what I mean? Like we're trying to grow this industry, and if people are not taking care of the venue management and just the organization of it all, our industry is just going to remain just where it is.
That's been the story of 2026 in terms of live shows, hasn't it?
Or 2025.
2020, sorry. Can't help myself. I'm in the future.
It has been.
But yeah.
Sam is in the future, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we can only keep talking about it.
Yeah, the foremost thing is rest in peace to Karen, I guess. You know, that's the main thing.
Sure.
But, you know, and the family will never... It's, bro, death is so permanent.
Right around Christmas
like,
too, bro. Like right around Christmas is such a terrible time to lose a loved one, because now that's always going to be...
And it's a young person. Like, as a parent, you should never have to see your children...
You know,
die.
Yeah. Like we said, we do hope that they're held accountable and something changes.
But you see, this is the thing. This is why I'm pessimistic. I'm so sure, Sam. I'm telling you, like, and I don't mean to be like a wet blanket or like just a bad vibe. This is going to end up the same way the whole mass house thing went. I'm telling you.
Hey,
do you know why?
People can
because of
make sure that it doesn't.
Capitalism as well.
Okay.
I'm telling you, bro, these events and stuff like that, they make so much money that this is just going to like be swept under the rug. And people, bro, watch it happen. Watch it happen. It's frustrating because I don't know.
Yeah.
The only way to get real change is like by people being outspoken.
People being outspoken, yeah, and demanding standards, I think.
And always and then refusing to go for any future Tukutane events.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it's so hard to fight these things because then fine, they'll dissolve Tukutane, and then the people who made
we'll just go and start
make something else.
to make Kutana, something else. Just something crazy. But
so it's just so hard. Like
I guess in other, at least from what we had, Soulfest had a great time. I've heard nothing but glowing reviews about Soulfest and the show and the performances and everything. Apparently people brought it, and the event was organized well. Very minimal to no negative reviews. So I shout out to Soulfest. 5 years. I think it is 5 years of this show and putting on something for the culture. That's what this is. This is all for the culture. This is all for the culture of music. They're all for the culture of Kenyan art, and so it should be treated with respect. So yeah, just shout out. There was also a festival. I think it's called the. Actually, no, I'll talk about that because never mind. Just continue. Shout out to them. Shout out to Soulfest. Shout out to Soul Generation. Shout out to all the organizers over there. And for setting some sort of example. And yeah, man. Hey, the tale of music festivals and music events. Let's see how next year goes. Let's see how it goes. Demand standards, man. Demand standards. That's what we need to do as a creative economy, and consumers and creators. Just demand and stick to our standards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to talk about new music?
Let's talk about new music. Hey, listen. It is. I'm tired. I'm a tired guy, and I almost lost my balance the other time when I was trying to turn around. I was like, my body is not even the natural things that keep me standing. They are taking a break. Let's talk about new music. I mean, it's the end of the year, and usually the end of the year is kind of thin with music, but we could go through some of the things that dropped. Admittedly, music came out on Friday. Saturday, I was kind of busy doing some work, so I didn't really have time to sit down. And then Sunday, the whole day, I was in festival. So
let me start.
Go ahead.
Let me start. So, you might know us as music producers who have a podcast. But we are primarily
what's going on?
music producers.
What's going on here? I don't think we rehearsed this. What's happening?
Sam, by the way, we don't rehearse our podcast.
No,
guys.
no.
Please don't let
It's completely
Sam
off the
start,
cuff.
like,
Yeah,
gaslighting.
definitely. No pre-production involved.
Sam released a song, a remix.
Oh.
Do you want to tell the people the remix that came out?
Completely forgot about that.
Dunda?
Yeah, I was. Why do you always make everything seem so rehearsed? I was part of. So Dunda dropped Ndasi a few weeks ago, and they reached out to me to do a remix for them, and so that dropped. It's live on the DSPs now. I went for a more electronic vibe because I had an Afro. From being honest, I had an Afro House remix ready to go, and I thought it was pretty decent. Of course, that's what we all think about our own arts. So yeah, man, go stream it. The boy needs the coins. And I'm just really trying to build a culture of dropping, I guess, culture of releasing music. So this is my second remix.
That's good.
Yeah, this is my second remix. First one obviously with Stacey Kamatu, which is more than a year old now. And then this one. So yeah, next year we're doing well. I mean, yeah, we're doing well. And we also didn't talk about it too. You were on a project as well. Would you like to tell us about that?
Look at who's making this sound rehearsed.
Oh,
man. My
that's
God.
terrible. Anyway, no, but you're on Lil Minor's project, man.
No. Yeah, I was on Lil Minor's second project, Sumbua. I made the song Fully Red. I produced the song Fully Red.
Yeah.
Shout out, me and Lil Minor, we have a little chemistry thing going. So shout out.
Get like an EP going. Get an EP or full project going.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool to produce like an entire EP. If Lil Minor would let me produce an entire EP for him, how would that sound? Damn, that would be interesting. But So shout out to Lil Minor, shout out to Steph.
I thought you were about to say shout out to myself.
For your management. Oh yeah, and shout out to myself for making that beat. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to myself. So you all go listen to Fully Red, man.
Yeah, Afam needs the coins
make
as well.
Fully Red the most listened to song. No, and make it the most listened to song on the project. Anyway, this other songs that came out this week. Fisadi, Toxic Lyrically, and Accords, they released the video. Go watch that. Actually, very, very well edited video. Saru released the song Pesa. What a message. Then we have Toka DM by Mad G. Let's see, what else did I listen to? Nitag by 8th Street Gang. So shout out to them. They're still really, really pushing. Bro, I'm telling you, drill has had a very quiet year. But shout out to 8SG.
Oh, drill has been on the down low, on the hush hush.
It really has been. Let me see. Decimators by that's the group that's that Musyok's started. They released the song Thigoko, so shout out to them. That's I would say that's what I listened to. Sam,
Exactly.
what did you listen to?
It was that and just a few more. Listen, it's fine. Kelechi Africa, I listened to Ahiri, I gave that a listen. Kiprono and Sunset with Yule. I also gave that a little bit of a listen. Amilo, Idaziz, Mwende by Sohno and Mburu. Yeah, I mean, music was released and we listened to it. But I guess we could talk a little bit about our pick of the week. Our pick of the week, we go again inspired by the Afro House. The Afro House has had a really good year. The Unts scene has had a very good year. So we're just going to play that. For the pick of the week, we are going to go to Mburu, who teamed up with Sohno for the song Mwende. And yeah, about to play that for you right now. That was Sohno and Mburu with Mwende. Shout out to Mburu. And yeah, hoping that we see more, man. Hoping that we see a lot more in the Afro house scene. Hoping that we see a lot more. And this is just me, I guess. Just more a lot more Kenyan identity, and not Kenyan identity by just language, like our Kenyan languages, but then sonically as well. Of course, that goes into the whole Kenyan sound. But then I do think that there's space still for more of the Kenyan identity and Kenyan culture to be imparted in the Afro house scene. And so, yeah, man, shout out to everybody who's been releasing music. The Muras, the Big Nyags, Ali Freshes, the Nesborus, the Dazis, all of them. Sofian Zhao.
And the Samaris as well, yeah.
I guess so. Safari Owens, everyone, man. Shout out to everyone, bro. How about that?
Shout out to everyone, man. Yeah, so as you guys know, we started this podcast because we do feel that Kenyan artists deserve to be played more and paid more and treated well. So shout out to Kodong Klan for standing up for themselves. If you're new to this podcast, I like to end it with the 3 C's, essentially a mantra that I devised for myself because I'm not perfect as an artist and I'm striving for perfection. And what's number 1 in the C's? Confidence. You have to be confident in your art, otherwise nobody else will care. Listen, if you're not confident about your art, how are you going to convince people to listen? Number 2, consistency. You have to be consistent. Consistency is better than talent. Trust me. It's much better than talent. And number 3, craft. Always work on your craft every day. Do something small towards your goal, even if it's just watching a YouTube video on how to layer hi-hats. Do that, and trust me, that's gonna help you in your journey, man. And shout out to you guys as always for listening to the podcast for 162 episodes. Also, shout out to DJ Mura for showing up for our interview last episode.
He had a great performance too.
That was one of my favorite interviews. So shout out to DJ Mura. And yeah, man, Sam, you usually like to take this time to, divulge your feelings.
Yo, man, listen,
so
we'll catch you guys.
What do you want to tell the listeners?
I want to tell the listeners we'll catch you guys on the next episode. This one is not going off the rails. I refuse.
Sour. Yeah. We'll see you guys on episode 163.